Hello and welcome back to the NR2003 Boner Cup Series. Round of 12 has ended and now we're on to the final stretch to decide a champion here in the round of 8. And what a track to start us here at the famous Talladega Super Speedway. Truly, no one knows what can happen here at the high banks, but one thing's for certain, that drivers will be as aggressive as they've ever been.
And the drivers that we think will be the most aggressive today will be the 8 left in the chase for the Boner Cup. Currently leading the points is Daniel Suarez for Trackhouse Racing, and the two cars 7th and 8th at the biggest risk of being eliminated are Trevor Bayne and David Reagan. So another thing you could look out for today would be the teamwork factor of Super Speedway Racing. Maybe those two Fords are going to try and help each other out. But with how everybody is spread out today, they might have quite a bit of difficulty. The driver that I'll be looking out for this week is someone that has somewhat floundered in the chase for the Boner Cup. He once was the points leader, now lays 5th outside of the Championship 4. Eric Almirola has won here at Talladega, but he's going to need to do a lot of work in order to get himself to victory lane here today.
One of the chase drivers to look out for is Daytona winner Shane Van Gisbergen. He has shown to be getting better on these high-speed ovals, so Shane Van Gisbergen could look to be a top threat here today at Talladega, especially with what's on the line in the Boner Cup Series case.
Well, when you think of unpredictability, one thing that comes to mind is spoiler winners. Now, the draft is the great equalizer, so one driver who's pretty good at this whole drafting thing is Johnny Sauter. His teammate did win at Darlington, so RCR does know how to play spoiler. And with things as even as they are, maybe Johnny Sauter could be one to look out for. Maybe even get himself out of that bottom 35 in owners points. But now, let's send it over to the Blue 2 Droner. Alright, on the front row, it's the Hurricane Carson Hocevar in Aspire number 77. Next to him, Sam Cornish Jr. for Team Penske. Behind that, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. starts next to David Stremme in the McDonald's number 40. Behind that, Johnny Sauter in the zone number 30, next to one of our Super Speedway aces, Michael McDowell. Next up, Ty Gibbs for Joe Gibbs Racing, trying to make a push for the Owners' Championship. Next to him, one of our chasers, AJ Allmendinger. Behind that, two fan favorites of Boner, it's Casey Atwood reminding you that Ram is coming back to NASCAR, and Josh Bilicki.
In row 6, we have Zane Smith, who's been on a good run for Front Row Motorsports, and to his outside, the Daytona winner, Shane Van Gisbergen. Behind them, currently second in chase standings, Elliott Sadler. Alongside him, Scott Wimmer in the Morgan McClure number 4. Two Fords start behind them. First, Danica Patrick for Stewart House Racing, and another Front Row Motorsports car, Cole Witt in the 35. Next up, chase contender Trevor Bayne is below the bubble. He's going to look to have a good race today. He starts alongside Daniel Hamrick. Then we've got the Rizzler and Noah Gregson in the Legacy Motor Club 42. And to his outside, Reed Sorensen, who was eliminated last week.
Up next is a row of two chasers, Eric Jones in the Progressive number 20, and to his outside, Eric Almirola, who knows a thing or two about winning on super speedways. Up next is Scott Speed, hoping to show some speed, and another super speedway runner, Harrison Burton. Up next is Cody Ware and Brian Vickers. Next is Austin Dillon, who's been fast in these chase races despite not being a chaser. And to his outside, a chaser who has won a super speedway before, David Reagan. And then is fan favorite Ty Dillon, and to his outside, making a rare appearance, is Brian Scott.
Next up, it's the $1 Million Dill himself, Todd Gilliland, and next to him, another former chaser, Marcus Ambrose. Next up, it's Jonathan Nemechek, and the short track merchant, Ryan Preece. Next up, Matt DiBenedetto in the CW PBA bowling car. And next to him, Regan Smith, who knows a thing or two about winning here. Following that, we got Corey LaJoy in the Super.com number 51, next to a Sheets freak, Travis Quackle. Alright, now we got Josh White for Phil Parsons Racing, and next to him, Timmy Hill for MBM.
And to round out your grid here at Talladega, we have another chase contender way down in the field. It's Daniel Suarez, your points leader as well. And alongside him, Justin Haley. And the final car to round out the grid for Hendrick Motorsports, it's Casey May.
And now, let's send it over to the command. And here to give the command to start engines at the Talladega Superspeedway, it's the world famous John Pork.
Hello everybody, I'm John Pork. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and race fans everywhere, today we don't just bring home the bacon, we cook the whole breakfast. These machines are lean, mean, pork-fueled speed dreams. So tighten those belts, let the engines squeal louder than a pig at feeding time, and remember, the only thing getting smoked today should be the competition. Drivers, start your engines.
Alright! Fantastic command as always from the Boner Cup Series people, even John Pork himself. What do you think's going to happen here at Talladega?
One thing I hope happens next week is we get better people to do the command. But,
Yeah,
we're going to see some 2 wide, 3 wide. There's going to be plenty of action all throughout. You know, this is Talladega. Everybody's excited. Everybody's in it a shot of winning.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you expect here at Talladega. But one thing that is expected is that nothing is expected, just like you say all the time. As the pace car is going to pull that hard left turn, is your reminder that the start-finish line is not where it usually is at tracks like Daytona and Kansas and other places like that. So here's that tri-oval. As we come over to the Geico restart zone, and we are on their way. First immediately tried to fan out. Guess someone didn't go on the start.
Looking like a good jump for Sam Hornish. They are fairly even getting through the corner, if not at 22 being ahead by just a nose.
Yeah, but they're
But already, I mean,
nearly
David Stremme
through
has looked for a 3 wide.
Yeah, I think
worked
he
out for him,
actually kind of got split. Now they're trying to split Karsten Hocevar. So you see the side drafting in full effect. And now Karsten's going to have to settle back behind Sam Hornish Jr. And that's one of the guys we talked about, Johnny Sauter in the 30. Doing a pretty solid run here in qualifying, as the ECR cars always do. And he's going to lead lap number 1.
That is a pretty big jump. Usually it does take a while in these style of cars for positions to change as drastically as that. Even though, I mean, even I say drastically, it's just one row, pretty much, but that's all the difference.
I mean, the only thing that is to be expected here at a track like Talladega is the famous big one, which can strike at any moment, and you don't want to be one of the chasers involved in that. See AJ Allmendinger settling to 5th in line on the bottom. But caution.
It's early for that to come out. Wheel and caution lights.
Brian Scott. Oh, that was pretty quick. This will take us to our first replay of the night. Well, we're taking a look here with Todd Gilliland. Actually gets turned and then comes up into the field. Collects 7 cars. And it's not the big one, it's, I guess, the small one. I guess good thing he's a millionaire, because he's going to need to pay for that one.
And we're looking on board with the Buffalo Wild Wings on board of Timmy Hill. Big wreck, he gets through it. But that is the first yellow of the day. We've got some track cleanup to do, so stay tuned as we'll be green when we are there.
There's a reason Kyle Busch hates school zones. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Injured? With over $25 billion recovered for our clients, there's a reason to go big.
It's a school zone, Bush. Easy rowdy.
Hey, Dad, maybe Mom can do carpool next time.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Hello, welcome back to NR2003 Boner Cup Series here at Talladega. Pretty quick caution, but I mean, the front is still pretty much the same. It's still Johnny Sauter, still Michael McDowell. We're ready to go once again.
Two very capable super speedway racers leading both of these lanes. The pace car is going to pull off, and anything can happen from here.
Now, I don't know if you guys know, but the start-finish line is not where it usually is at tracks like Daytona. But we come over to that Geico restart zone, and we're on their way. Green flag. Once again, Carr's trying to make it 3 wide off the jump.
Yeah, watch Ty Gibbs on the bottom because he is actually going door to door with Johnny Sauter there.
And he might have help from Josh Balicki and Zane Smith.
You always love to see Josh Balicki behind you. Great pusher.
Yeah, you see 3 Fords linked up. That's Josh Balicki, Zane Smith, and Danica Patrick. Johnny Slaughter not able to hook up with AJ Allmendinger because middle lane's actually getting a pretty good jump.
If you're these Fords, you might want to try and get Ty Gibbs out of there. I think Josh Balicki might take one for the team and kind of push Ty Gibbs up the track a bit, but Ty Gibbs is actually going to abandon him, and then Danica disengages from Zane Smith, a massive checkup for the 10.
Yeah, it's on the exhaust pipes. Actually might just about help Josh Balicki here.
Yeah, something might have, briefly went wrong with the 10. That was a major breakup there. It broke up the pack.
Clean road for Ty Gibbs right now. But Zane Smith is catching. Zane has been super impressive in these few starts that he's been making.
Yeah, dare I say, he's probably better than John Ante Nemechek already.
Not a high bar. As Elliot said, can you make a move here on the 36?
That's one of our chasers.
It's sad early in the season he looked like the runaway favorite, but I feel like the chase has been the great equalizer and has kind of slowed his momentum maybe. Even late in the season before the chase, he was not looking too great compared to early in the season.
Thankfully, did make the round of 8, so another points reset in his favor. And he's already back up the point standings. And just needs to have a good day today and keep that streak going.
He came in with quite a few chase points, so that's certainly helping. And who else was helping was Daniel Hemrick there, but he's actually going to go down and get in front of Ricky Stenhouse, maybe trying to block all the lines, it seems. His teammate Casey Atwood is not far behind, maybe potentially trying to navigate traffic in a way that gets the 91 to his rear bumper.
Yeah, but those cars are all surrounded by Fords. I mean, you got Scott Speed, Trevor Bayne, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Josh Balicki's here as well.
Atwood on the bottom trying to bring Ram back to victory lane.
Yeah, I mean, when's the last time that happened?
Blocked by the 17 now.
Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. eliminated from the chase, but still racing for, for glory, for...
Stenhouse is going for a move. The 91 does not go with him, wants to help his teammate, but no, maybe he might go down and try to get spots for himself. I think the 19 is going to be all alone up there. He's going to have to fall on Daniel Hemrick and Zane Smith.
And this
Stenhouse, one of
super
the
separated.
most capable super speedway drivers. I think it's pretty easy to say all of his wins in the NASCAR Cup Series at super speedways, that includes a Daytona 500. Stenhouse knows how to get it done, but he's taken the high side, which has no support.
And
that second part of the pack that was split up by Danica Patrick is now starting to gain some ground on the front runners.
That car's going single file in the back to try and catch up. That's what you got to do here at Talladega. Three wide once again. Scott Speed now leading the lines, trying to control the pace.
Josh Bilicki and Daniel Hemrick are on the bottom, a bottom lane of underdogs in the top three here.
Yeah, I don't think any of those guys are guys you'd normally talk about very often, but it's what the draft does here at Talladega.
Yeah, Daniel Hemrick has kind of been the side character to his teammate who has come alive lately, AJ Allmendinger.
Yeah, but that's not anything to knock down Daniel Hemrick for. I mean, he's had great runs before, like at Iowa, was pretty strong there. Some other places like New Hampshire.
Colleagues, I believe, aren't at as much of a disadvantage as they'd currently be in the Cup Series. I think Chevy has been supporting the team this season.
Yeah, even if only slightly. I mean, with these Gen 6 cars, I guess you don't really need that much manufacturer support. You can just build your own cars.
And now the packs have merged, effectively.
Yeah, but it's still Scott Speed up front.
Yeah, we're back to the big packs, to not dissimilar to right after the restart.
Oh,
here they go!
David Gisbergen, Michael McDowell,
Well, caution lights are out!
We just about caught that corner of the frame.
Both Trackhouse cars involved.
As well as, well, a Penske and a Penske Alliance car.
I'm gonna need the Dent Wizard to help with that one.
Yeah, we're gonna need to look at a replay.
Alright, we have Daniel Suarez and Sam Hornish Jr. here, and Daniel Suarez just kind of rides up the track and into Hornish. The 22 and his teammate Shane Van Gisbergen, as well as that front row car, the 34 Michael McDowell.
Yeah, I mean, not a big wreck, but still some chase contenders in that. Pretty strong cars as well.
We saw Justin Marks shaking his head in disapproval on the pit lane. Very upset. Alright, we are on board with the McDonald's on board at David Stremme, and we see the incident front and center. Not too big for an incident in the tri-oval here at Talladega, but David Stremme with the golden arches got ahead of it, and you could get ahead of some arches by getting ahead of the curve and getting somebody for PD.
Men, get ahead of your curve. Explore Peyronie's disease treatments at GetSomebody4PD.com.
Fly the blimp, too much hot air. Race announcer, same thing there. Wouldn't get a word in with you know who. Just get down on the track and do what you do. Slide down in my seat, pull the belts tight. Get up on the wheel and let the dust fly. Napa know how. Napa know how.
Back rolling here, the Aaron's 499, the Bona Cup Series at Talladega. Scott Speed will lead us to the green this time after that last caution. To his outside is Trevor Bayne, then Casey Atwood, Danica Patrick, Daniel Hemrick, and Zane Smith. A lot of names we saw before the yellow flag waved. And it's time now. The pace car will roll off down pit road. And remember about that restart zone, it's not where it normally is. As the cars continue to pace. And we are back underway.
There we go.
Now we are.
Scott Speed gets a good launch, but so does Trevor Bayne.
Another one for Trevor Bayne. He also has a Ford teammate or Ford manufacturer mate behind him.
That's gonna drop down just in front of Scott Speed.
And we've Danica Patrick got to try.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, but I'd be too far ahead that 6 car. Gonna get the rest of the field a massive run. You see here Daniel Hemrick, Casey Atwood, Danica Patrick, 3 wide. Just find out Ricky Senna Jr., Josh Balicki, and Elliott Sadler.
Many good super speedway races in the field. Trevor Bayne, another Daytona 500 winner. He is leading the pack right now with no challenge yet. Good distance between him and the Hornet's Nest in second.
Not be surprised if some of these guys are really trying to take it a bit easy. Definitely got a massive run, Trevor Bayne, but gonna have no help.
Yeah, they'll catch up to him soon enough. And the other thing to consider is the fuel usage. Once you're in line, you can let off the gas a little bit and just coast almost. Whereas when you're way out front, like Bayne is, you got to be full throttle, using a lot of fuel. So it's all about positioning yourself at the right time.
Yeah,
and Ricky Stenhouse's teammate is coming up. Maybe
look at the 2 Gibbs cars.
Yeah, got 2 Gibbs cars. Got Scott Limmer. Bunch of guys that kind of factor in normal tracks, but here it also brings out the underdogs. I mean, look at the middle lane in general.
What a huge day this would be for Scott Wimmer. There is a lot of race left, but that is a car that has been very much defying expectations. Could finally get a win here today.
As we take a look from the spotter stand,
With the 2 Gibbs cars, they don't want anyone else up here. They want to get past Trevor Bayne and maybe do a bit of tandem up front. But no, Ty Gibbs breaks off of his teammate.
Eric Almirola looked to form a bottom lane, which he now may have support from Eric Jones. Trevor Bayne throwing blocks all the way through that tri-oval.
Yeah, so as the leader, Trevor Bayne would use a little more fuel than these guys. So definitely some strategy at play.
Yeah, Bayne leading up here. You see quite a few chasers up here, as well as Ty Gibbs, who's competing for an owner's title.
Yeah, I mean,
so
both the Gibbs cars, in fact, are top 5 in owners points. So either one of them could maybe get that owners championship. But I'm sure they don't want to cost each other.
Maybe the strongest team overall in the series this season. It's maybe them or RFK could probably make a case for that.
Yeah, I mean, RFK had a rough round of 12, but managed to squeak by 1 point in both cars. So they look to find another day, maybe can lock themselves into the next round early.
Underrated team this season, you see.
Casey Atwood.
Right there.
Bit of a bobble.
I was about to mention. Underrated team in this series, I think, is Rick Ware Racing. They got a win last season with Garrett Smithley. And Josh Balicki's had some standout runs this season. So has Garrett Smithley early in the season.
Yeah,
it's a great underrated team.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys in general are not guys you talk about often, but they just have consistency. They have good, quiet runs. You know, people like Scott Wimmer.
I mentioned Daniel Hemrick being overshadowed by his teammate, but Scott Speed might be even more overshadowed by his teammate. He has done basically nothing this season, and Brian Vickers, of course, was a case driver.
Yeah, I mean, Scott Speed is at least top 35 in owners points. Can't say that about him, right?
Yeah, he's keeping the car in the show.
Yeah, and then, I mean, you have people like Casey Atwood, I mean, he's not in the same tier as his teammate, but it's not really a knock against him.
Atwood was actually on the bubble when we had to care about the bubble before we had 16 winners. Atwood was one of those drivers that could have made it on points, but we ended up having so many winners.
Yeah, so not against anything against Atwood, but just how the series is. I mean, Ellie Sadler is a world-class driver, so... But up front, Eric Jones leads once again.
Mercamarola trying to get there. He will get to the inside with help from Zane Smith and Daniel Hemrick.
Yeah, both Toyotas are controlling both lines.
So the Toyota's dominating these two lines, but it is RFK in front row behind them. Ford's doing a very good job making up this top five. As Zane Smith is going to move to the bottom through the tri-oval, he's going to have some help from Daniel Hemrick. That opens up Eric Almirola and Eric Jones to go bumper to bumper. But Zane has the lead. And Zane amazingly did not lead that lap.
Yeah, just barely. Oh no, finish. But we've been decently clean, so I'll not be surprised if we get pit stops at some point.
Yeah, only 2 times the wheel and caution lights have had to come on today.
Yeah. If a caution came out now, it would kind of split this race at almost exactly halfway. But I'm not sure how many of these guys would actually want that necessarily.
We haven't really gotten a good figure on the fuel run here yet, as we have yet to get to a green flag pit cycle as Trevor Bain goes for the lead.
I mean, if anyone runs out of fuel the quickest, it'll probably be Trevor Bain, seeing as he led a ton.
And also just be the fastest car.
Yeah, I mean, it's an RFK car at Talladega. Those cars are not slow by any means.
Yeah, another one up here, the 17. I think Ford in general has brought a lot of speed here. You see Scott Speed, you see the 2 RFK cars, you see Josh Balicki. All drivers under the Ford banner. Zane Smith is also up here, has been up here most of the race. Daniel Hemrick's actually the only Chevy in the city. Well, Johnny Sauter too. I think Scott Wimmer is in a Chevy. Those are notably pretty under the radar Chevy drivers. Their top contenders haven't really shown anything. I mean, the Trackhouse car's wrecked. Austin Dillon hasn't really done anything. So, the Ganassi cars have been nowhere.
And neither has Casey Mears in the Hendrick 25.
Well, Mears has honestly been making spots up. I think he started dead last, so it's not a bad day for him.
It's not difficult to do when people crash, but you know, good stuff from him. The H. Yeoman back here as well, probably trying to take it easy as he is a chaser and one of the better ones in points. And now Ricky Senna Jr. leading.
And he's got 3 wide behind him. None of these guys really wanting to give an inch, as tends to be tradition at Super Speedway races, but everybody jostling. It's just always a battle to find the right spot, and that is a split-second decision. Split-second opportunity.
One up to speed out of the two front row cars who have gone on skate so far in this race, Zane Smith and teammate Cole Witt. Doing pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if Todd Gill and Mike McDowell were still here. Here comes Eric Amarola. So, see just in front of those guys, Daniel Suarez. Lost a pack.
That car
Does have damage.
stayed on track.
Well, I mean...
Good on that team to keep the car on the racetrack. They need all the points.
Yeah, but definitely no speed on that thing, so... I guess he is barely meeting minimum speed, but...
Oof. Close call for the 17 there. He's going to get a massive gap like his teammate did earlier.
Yeah, and he's going to hold off Cole Witt, Eric Jones, Johnny Sauter, Josh Balicki. Oh, a car around, Josh Wise. Austin Dillon, Marcus Ambrose, caution is out.
Wayland caution lights are on for an incident near the back.
You know, see those two involved, Austin Dillon as well.
I guess we're not going to see that green flag pit cycle.
So it's another angle of it here. Josh Wise, who is being cut up, just gets loose off of the nose of Casey Mears, which catches Austin Dillon in a big way, as well as Marcus Ambrose.
Yeah, I mean...
Most of the field's managing to get through.
Oh, I got to look on board.
If you saw Austin Dillon, he barely avoided the wall. Some great car control from the 3.
On board now with the number 3 of Austin Dillon. And you will see in just a second here where the problems start. Josh Wise, his engine blows and some oil or something poured onto the camera, and really lucky save for Austin Dillon. I thought he got caught up pretty big, but no.
I mean, put some tape on the side of that car, that thing's probably ready for the showroom again.
You've fought against the odds in every inch of every race with endless determination and grit. All of your hard work and dedication have brought you to where you are today. Keep moving forward. Talk to your doctor about Breztri, 3 medicines in 1 inhaler. Learn more at breztree.com.
We are just about halfway through this one. One chaser leads the field here, and another former chaser, Eric Almirola, leading the field ahead of Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Daniel Hemrick, David Stremme, Ty Gibbs, and Trevor Bain.
Space car pulls left.
Chasers in the top 10, Eric Almirola, Trevor Bain, Eric Jones, 3 names we've been hearing all day here. So 3 strong runs for them. As we're going to come up on this restart zone. Yeah, the start-finish line, way further down than most tracks, way further down than Daytona.
Yeah, but we're green.
As we are green. Stenhouse beats the 43 to the line. Way better jump there for the top line. Strumme's going to try and push him ahead of the 43. He's going to be successful. Stenhouse clear for the lead.
He's going to drop down in front of Eric Almirola. Try to control that line. You see David Stremme up here. Hasn't been here all day.
Yeah, that's the Chip Ganassi pit crew puts him up here.
Yeah, and then just behind that, Daniel Hemrick, Cole Witt, Johnny Sauter, Scott Wimmer, Justin Haley.
It's been a lot of the same few people here up front. I mean, David Stremme's joined this collection, but most of these drivers we have been seeing here all day.
Yeah, I mean, just able to control the lines pretty well are those guys. See the spotter cam, I mean... Take a look at some of these names.
Back. There's a second pack there. I think I saw...
I mean...
Oh no, it's the 84 of Brian Vickers. I thought maybe SVG made a comeback, but no, it's Brian Vickers. Actually, Brian Vickers finally catching up with his teammate. He's been the one lagging behind today, so...
Yeah, I mean, his name is Scout Speed for a reason.
Yeah, he is showing speed today.
Yeah, I mean, see back there, Austin Dillon involved in that caution. He's already back out.
55 of Cody Ware having a decent run for his standards.
Yeah, I mean, Premium Motorsports can hardly qualify for races, but then you get to check like this, kind of shows their muscles.
The draft is the great equalizer. Scott Wimmer trying to show that right now, trying to go for the lead maybe. Doesn't quite have it. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. able to clear him off. Stenhouse has a lot of super speedway wins, has had major success on this track type, major success at this very track.
Yep, most recently in 2024, I want to say.
Yeah, he has 2 super speedway wins in the next gen car, of course, the Daytona 500 winner.
So, definitely a very good plate racer is Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
He had more success in the car that they're racing right now, though, the Gen 6.
Yeah, but then see guys like Eric Jones back there, Daniel Hemrick, Zane Smith, Justin Haley. He got a win in this Gen 6 car and at a super speedway.
Eric Jones has won our super speedway in a car that was practically destroyed in the Daytona Clash.
Yeah, thanks to teammate Denny Hamlin.
He's had his teammate for a lot of this race, but Ty Gibbs is mired back. The 54 pit crew kind of put him back there, and he seems to be stuck, and Eric Jones left alone to fight these Fords and Chevys all alone.
And that's a horde of blue cars up front.
Daniel
How about
Hemrick is going
Johnny Sauter, who you can see peeking out that green on Daniel Hemrick. These are already 2 pretty shocking cars to be up here. As Hemrick will get clear, but will move to the middle now. High side could make an opening for the 30, but here comes Cole Witt.
Yeah, now he blocks. Oh wait, it needs to get out of
they're
the
looking
gas.
dicey.
Yeah, definitely getting loose for these cars. Here, Johnny Sauter, Zane Smith, and Eric Jones, the only chaser up here currently. But here's the rest of the field. There's Cole Witt up here still. Finally see David Reagan. Haven't seen him all day. Also, a car that started way to the rear. How about Brian Vickers? That's true. Yeah. But Zane Smith up front. Still getting a push from Johnny Sauter. From Ricky Stenhouse Jr. once again.
Oh, he might have his teammate down there, Trevor Bain.
Yeah, and
they have Brian Vickers behind them.
Actually, David Reagan. Even.
Oh, it's David Reagan. They're both in orange cars, so...
I mean,
Deny the talent of Zane Smith, as he does lead the lap that time.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Zane Smith does have a few wins at Talladega in other series. He does have a pole here as well in the Cup Series. I think most famously, photo finish in ARCA in, I want to say, 2018.
That team, Front Row Motorsports, got their first win, a 1-2 finish at Talladega.
Man, they beat out some major top dogs like, Carl Edwards, Hendrick cars, Joe Gibbs cars.
Denny Hamlin. Big super speedway guy he
Here
is.
comes Scott Wimmer to the rear of Ricky Stenhouse. Touched on him earlier. He is in an RFK sandwich right now, which is going to split apart. And Reagan doesn't really make a bottom line. He's almost nudged Scott Wimmer out. In fact, I think he will now. Scott Wimmer will get to lead this lane through the middle.
Yeah, I think he was trying to stay with Zane Smith, but had to get separated to block Eric Jones. Here comes Johnny Sauter.
And we're going to be
Brian
going
Vickers,
3 wide
Daniel
again.
Hemrick, Elliott Sadler's back here. So all RFK
So multiple rows are side by side. This is an interesting play. This is something we've seen plenty of times. Just trying to control the field. Pretty much just keep everybody where they are. I don't feel like green flag pit stops are out of the question unless we have another caution.
Well, I mean, worth noting, I mean, you can field save at Talladega pretty well with how wide it is. So, you know, you get cars like this, you get 2 cars up front, and then you can kind of just slow down the pack, which could maybe
Brian
be
Vickers has
just
been moving through the field.
enough. Yeah, Brian
Look at
Vickers.
Ty Dillon as well. He was below the top 10 last lap. Now we are 3 wide down the backstretch. Dillon actually leading a lane. And it's all a little rough at the top here. Cars splitting up. Vickers, I'm not sure if he'll be able to get into that lane. He does on the bottom. But they're going to move away. They're going to cut away. So it's Ford, Toyota, Ford. In this lead lane, we're going to add another Ford with Stenhouse.
Here comes Elliott Sadler.
Trying to go single file at the front, but
Sadler's pushed
none of that.
Stenhouse out.
Yeah, but then here come Ty Dillon, David Stremme, Scott Wimmer, Daniel Hemrick, Johnny Sauter. See the Rizzler back there as well, Noah Gregson.
The conversation of Noah Gregson has been all over the place. If he'll have a seat for next season, I think this may help him ever so slightly if he can win here, but he's got a lot of work to do. Even Ricky Stenhouse, who we're looking at now in 4th, has a lot of work to do. He was leading this race earlier. Brian Vickers will make the move to the bottom to try and form a new lane. Who will go with him?
He shuffles out Eric
Stenhouse,
Jones.
Dillon. Yep, Jones is gone, but he's got, well, he's not gone yet. He's got help from Elliott Sadler. If anybody else wants to take the chance on that lane,
Yeah, but it
David
helps
Reagan
Forrest
will move
down
up, as does
ahead.
Vickers.
Hello, Daniel. Yeah, but David Reagan leading the lines does need the points, so would be good to be.
We have
winning.
seen multiple stints of every rack car leading this race and controlling the lanes. They just have something else in those cars today.
But Trevor Bayne kind of got stuck in traffic and then he just fell to the back.
But these 2 cars are carrying the flame for RFK.
Oh, Daniel Suarez!
Oh, Suarez is gonna block them! Here comes Scott Wimmer!
Yep, Suarez in the middle. Up down in front of Scott Wimmer, kind of nowhere to go at this point.
David Stremme might take advantage here. He will.
Yeah, clear of Suarez. Suarez back up to the top line. I think that's where he wanted to be, but a massive split in the pack now.
Scott Wimmer has managed to recover from Suarez blocking his lane. He's got, I think it was Justin Haley behind him. then Eric Jones, so it's wiped out, pretty much, Ricky Stenhouse for the moment.
Yeah, but now that Daniel Suarez is caught up, I guess he is a bit up to pace. So he is being
I feel
pushed.
like the Ganassi cars prior to the pit stop were nowhere, and since that yellow flag and pit stop, you got two of them up here. David Stremme leading this race, Reed Sorensen not too far behind.
Jones and Wimmer move down, but we are going to come to the line with a new leader. That 40 of David Stremme knocked out of the chase. Looking to play spoiler, though.
That's kind of the weak link at Chip Ganassi Racing, but both drivers are just very equal, so... You know, we're talking difference of a few points, at most.
Yeah, Stremme went out in the round of 16, Sorensen in the round of 12. As Wimmer will now take the lead, being pushed by Eric Jones. Cars fanning out, though Sorensen looking for something. Jones could get pushed to lead this lap, but Sorensen has backed out, so Wimmer gets the lap.
The 40 went a bit on the double yellow line. Of course, you don't want to go below there, so might have backed out because he thought he was about to make a pass down there.
Yep, so the
Corey
51 of
LaJoy,
Corey
the next
LaJoy.
lapped car.
Yeah, not a chase contender, so this would be a bit more willing to get out of the way, I would assume.
Got Wimmer leading this one, though. What a run for this Morgan McClure Motorsports team. Team that, you know, had its financial struggles and now has this boner entry hit go, has been very loyal to the team throughout the season.
Yep, but then, you know, I see another team with a loyal sponsor. I mean, McDonald's 40 of David Stremme, kind of an iconic car at this point. And you see the Progressive 20. See Justin Haley back there, David Reagan, Zane Smith.
Just thinking about David Reagan, think about the position he was in earlier, leading this race. He's 8th in the chase. A win today would lock him in to that championship round. And he's lost the lead, but he will have to try and fight back for it. On the high side, he is dropping like...
Well, dropping it like it's hot up there.
He is, for sure.
But currently, not many laps to go at all in this race.
Here comes Zane Smith.
And all of these cars are still in the conversation. We're, what, 5 to go now? And everybody is in with a shot of winning. Look at some of these
cars that you haven't seen all day. Where was Carson Hocevar? Where was Noah Gregson and the Rizzler? These are drivers you have not seen all day, just suddenly showing up at the end here.
Zane Smith as well, we've seen him plenty, but we did not think for a second that so early into his run at front row, which again, we weren't even expecting that. He could be on the cusp of winning in the Bona Cup Series. Danica Patrick will look to go low. She's got help from Carson Hocevar.
Hocevar definitely
wheel to wheel.
Not going to give any help to the 36.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Check
goes
the ticker
high.
and look at that. 1,000th of a second. Zane Smith leads that lap by, but now Patrick in the 10 has claimed the lead, and behind her, Hocevar. Not anymore.
Trevor Bain being mired back in traffic compared to his RFK teammates. Look who's here at the end.
Yeah, when it counts.
All of the RFK cars are in the frame right now. What a day it is for them, even if they don't get the win. Here comes Carson Hocevar. He's pitting. Hocevar's pitting.
He can't make it.
That's going to lead to questions for a lot of this field.
Yeah, but Danica Patrick now leads over Zane Smith, Noah Gregson, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Trevor Bain.
What an assortment, and who knows which one's going to make it to the end now.
Yep. Zane Smith going to go low. Going to get Noah Gregson to help him. Maybe Ricky Stenhouse Jr., maybe Trevor Bain.
Definitely a vested interest of RFK to stick to whichever car is fastest, which we have seen.
17 and 6 are locked together here.
But they don't quite stay with the 36. It's still Noah Gregson acting as the wall between them and the leader.
What a win this
the
could be for
Zane
the
actually
Rizzler.
backs off.
The Rizzler's had some rough times recently. What a redemption story that is for him.
TV on board up to 42. Gets shuffled by the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse.
Trevor Bain coming along for the ride as well.
Here comes Stenhouse.
Gonna look low.
Look, all 3 RFK cars are at the bottom at the perfect time.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah,
I
with
don't
2
think
to
it's
go,
the one
coming to the white
that's
flag.
leading. I don't think the one that's leading is the one that you would want.
Stenhouse, does he
Having to
care? He
play
wants
very
a trophy in his
conservative.
trophy case at the end of the day. Danica
but
Patrick's going to split up the
Mason,
RFK cars. 3
not out
Fords
of
are at the
this.
bottom.
No, white flag is out. I
Reagan
mean,
is the one that needed it most, and Reagan is the one that's been taken out of it, wheel to wheel.
I
Through
think all the
turns 1 and
gloves
2,
are
it's
off at this
Stenhouse.
point. It's gonna be a free for all.
It is going to be
It
Stenhouse
might
on
be
the
Zane
bottom.
Smith
Zane
and
on
Ricky
top.
Stenhouse Jr. here.
What is
Yeah, I
Danica
think
Patrick
Drivers of the
thinking?
17.
Yeah, see Reed Sorensen back there. Gonna be a push. See a car in the wall back there.
You
but
see 5
Ricky
cars
Stenhouse
lined up from the
Jr.
bottom. That's going to overpower the top lane if they can keep it together. Can Danica
Danica
Patrick
goes
stay with it?
low.
No, she's
He's gonna try
not.
to make it 3 wide. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. across the
Stenhouse has it, but
triangle.
not for long.
Gonna
Is it going to be
The
Zane?
Super Speedway
It's gonna be
Master
Ricky.
gets another one.
What a win!
One of the best Super Speedway racers in the series can add another one.
Yeah, eliminated from the playoffs. See plume of smoke just in front.
You see the caution, the pace car coming out.
Yeah, but I don't think Ricky's gonna matter. Or I don't think he's gonna mind that at all. What a win for that RFK 17. If only it came earlier, so he could still be in the playoffs. But
What
can
a
you do?
day for RFK. Even if the other two did not get the win, they're going to get very good points days at least.
yeah, both cars in the top 10. Actually, top 6 even. But
I mean, even if it wasn't the car you wanted in victory lane, can you ask for a better day from your team?
definitely not. But the 17 will be able to burn it down with however much fuel he has at this point. Let's do a quick commercial. We have points to settle.
Wendy's new jalapeno fresco spicy chicken is so deliciously hot, it's generating reactions from everyone, like the memer.
Whew, eat spicy goodness like a boss.
The selfiers.
So good. Gotta get a selfie. So hot. Got a selfie or selfie.
And the behind the timser.
This sandwich is the bomb. Raise the roof!
Wendy's new jalapeno fresco, our signature spicy chicken topped with fresh jalapenos and ghost pepper sauce. How will you react?
Welcome back in. We were just reviewing some footage during the commercials, and this was on the white flag. Huge contact. Ty Dillon. There was Travis Quapple, who just got nailed. And again, Cole Witt over Cody Ware, Josh Balicki. Cole Witt having a bunch of flips, lands on his wheel. That is the end of the day for so many cars on the last lap, the last stretch.
But we have some points to talk about, so let's talk about that, shall we? Yeah, so, I mean, as you've seen, pretty big wreck, but does not affect our winner, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. You know, unfortunately, out of the chase, but still a pretty good point stay for him. Pretty good point stay for all of RFK. At the top of the point standings is still Elliott Sadler by 11 points to the cut line over Eric Jones, 10 points ahead, and Turbane, 9 points ahead.
And then the two drivers on the bubble, AJ Allmendinger looking in, and on the outside looking in, just 2 points away from making the championship round of this chase. David Reagan.
And then only 3 points out is Eric Amarola, and the Talladega Chaos did a number on Trackhouse Racing as Daniel Suarez is 12 points out, and SPG has a massive hole of 27 points to dig out of.
Yeah, but next week would be a pretty good week to reset for some of these guys at some normal track at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which the Trackhouse cars have shown some speed at, so I'd be surprised if they can maybe get something going there. But that will be the end of our coverage. Then, good night.